Okay, I thought I'd do a final update on the Addo Multo. Now it's finished, basically. I just got to put its covers back on. But yeah, it all seems to work fine. We've seen all the individual bits. It might be quite cool to see. Let's see if we can. Well, let's do it in the middle. There. So you see, you slide the numbers down here, and how it displays your number up there that you've put in. And as we saw when we were building the number packs, the 5 pins here have all popped up. So let's follow that round to here. So as I turn the thing, you can see the 5 raised pins. Watch them go down and interact with the star wheels, and causing the number to increment at the front. 5 pins, 5 increments. Round it goes. So if I do that a second time, see the pins come. But this time, as it goes over from 6, 7, 8, 9, from 9 to 0, we should see the tens carry lever popping up. So let's watch that happen. There you go. See that right in the center there. And now we can watch these movable pins that we were looking at before. And as that comes in this angle, watch that pin go down, hit the top of the tens carry, slide over to the left, and increment the column to the left by 1. And obviously the second one along comes, does the same thing, slides over to the left, increments by 1. And then this section of the rotor comes where it's a slightly wider, and it taps the top of the tens carry, knocks it back down again, and we're ready. So that's how that all works, which is quite cool. The reset's working nicely, does both sides. The tens counter is going okay. Got all of the gizmos underneath here for the carryover of the tens. It works in a completely different way, as we saw. And that gets its input from the, let's move this along a bit. So this is the reversing mechanism that we spent some time looking at. It's now in place, and you can see how it works. Just in the back here, you can see the latching mechanism underneath this cog. This cog is the main input, which is attached directly to here. So as that turns, let's see if I can reach back and do it. There we go. So if I turn it to do an addition, which way is that? That's that way, isn't it? You'll see the whole tens carry thing is pushed up this way, and then it's locked. Resets down here. I'll do it this way, and it drops down again. So let's see what happens when we do that. If I turn it this way, you can see inside here it's grabbing this pin, which moves the whole thing over. And then this is now connected to this cog, which is connected to this cog, to this cog, to the output. So we've got 3 intermediaries. So the direction is set that way. If I reset that and go the other direction, you'll see the whole thing tips downwards. So now this cog is connected, it goes through these cogs to here, and the output is still the same direction, even though the input is the opposite direction. And of course, because it's latched, those two are always going to be in sync with each other until you do the reset. It pops back. So doing an addition, we've got this one here clockwise, anti-clockwise, clockwise, anti-clockwise, clockwise, anti-clockwise. Down here, if I reset that and do a subtraction in the opposite direction, we've got anti-clockwise, clockwise, anti-clockwise, clockwise, anti-clockwise. It's the same. Yeah, very cool. And that's about it really. You know, we've got the reset lever up the top here. That connects to this. It doesn't reset these directly, it resets them via the cogs underneath there. Let's put a number in, then you can see. There. Yeah, that's about it. We've seen all the other bits and pieces when it was apart. So, but I just thought it was interesting how these movable 10s carry pins here, to actually see them in operation and to see the reverser going back and forth. Because obviously you can explain it when it's in pieces, but actually seeing it work is a different thing. So I'm quite pleased with how it's gone. The moves left and right. It resets. The split reset works. I can demonstrate that if I put in a few numbers. I can reset this, but not this, by clicking that down, and it'll only reset the one side. You see? And that's useful for when entering numbers, for example doing division and stuff like that. But we'll maybe do another video once I've got it all put together of actually how it operates. Last little thing, this is interesting. I bought these little feet off the internet. These were stuck in there like that so that they were you know, to screw onto something. So I soaked them in boiling water for a quarter of an hour, ripped these out with a very large pair of pliers, and I'm taking these little inserts. You see the old feet are absolutely useless. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling out these little inserts from the old feet, and, well, as you can see, inserting them into the space from there. So I've adapted them nicely. I think they'll look good once they're on there. Got the original screw, the original washer, just inserted into a new foot. So yeah, a bit of an operation to rip out the old, rip this out, and I don't know what I'll do with that. I'll keep it. Might be useful something one day, who knows. But yeah, so I'll get it dressed, I'll get its feet on, and then maybe we'll have a look at how you actually use them. Cool. See you later.